Yes, welcome back to Natural Resources.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. It's nice to, and to the full committee chairman as well. It's wonderful to be back. We're here today to discuss Promesa, La Junta, and the Federal Oversight Management Board, which for years has imposed devastating budget cuts to healthcare, pensions, and education in Puerto Rico. But one of the things that we're seeing here and that we're hearing on both sides of the aisle is the idea of winding down Promesa's operations, ending Promesa. There's a right way to do this that does right by people, and there's a wrong way to do this that devastates working people. For years, we talked about winding down and ending Promesa, and there was resistance to it, and now all of a sudden we're talking about a change in tune. However, I have some questions. Mr. Mujica, you are the executive director of FOMB, commonly known to Puerto Ricans as La Junta. Is it true that over the past 10 years, your organization has restructured nearly all of Puerto Rico's debt?
Nearly all with the exception of PREPA, yes.
And with PREPA, that is the only significant remaining debt. According to your organization, how much debt should PREPA pay to its current bondholders?
What our plan has it at $2.6 billion.
$2.6 billion. And I understand that some of the bondholders disagree with this number, demanding to be paid $12 billion, correct?
That is correct. And I just want to clarify, $2.6 billion for all creditors, which includes some for the bondholders. But yes, they're asking for $12 billion.
Thank you. So we are talking about this differential. The Oversight Management Board independently has determined that that number is 2.6. The bondholders are asking for 12. Now, Mr. Mujica, I see here that one of the main Wall Street firms fighting for that 12 billion is Golden Tree Asset Management, correct? Which has come up throughout this hearing.
Yes, that is correct.
Now, I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record filing showing that 1 year after PREPA's bankruptcy, Golden Tree first announced its investment in PREPA.
Without objection.
Now, 4.5 years after PREPA went bankrupt, Golden Tree tripled its investment in PREPA bonds, reaching $1 billion. That's after the bankruptcy. That is the definition of a vulture fund. This is an exploitation, a loophole, an unfair practice. And now these folks who knew that that debt was not viable, buying in after bankruptcy, are now demanding to be paid out $12 billion, attempting to wind down Promesa's operations early so that they can be paid out at that $12 billion instead of the independently determined and negotiated $2.6 billion. And this is not a partisan thing. I'm sure Mr. Mujica can testify himself. He and I scrap about things all the time when it comes to services delivered to the island. And some would even argue that that $2.6 billion number is too high. But $12 billion is massive. It is 1/3 of Puerto Rico's entire annual budget. It is 10 times the size of Puerto Rico's university system. Mr. Mujica, if these vulture funds like Golden Tree get their way, you have calculated that that would lead to a 34% increase in electric rates or dramatic cuts to public services like healthcare or education to people on the island. Is that correct?
The increase in the rates would be over 30% because that is the 8-cent increase that would be required to fund that.
I am asking for my colleagues to really sit with the devastating consequences of what that means. Puerto Rico, Detroit was brought up earlier. One of the reasons that this restructuring is different from Detroit is because Puerto Rico is a colony of the United States, and Detroit is not. Puerto Rico does not have a vote. We have representation with the resident commissioner. We do not have a vote in the House. They do not have votes in the Senate. Every single Puerto Rican elected official serving in the United States House of Representatives, sitting here right now is telling you that this is going to decimate people. Kids are not able to go to the doctor as it is. People are hardly able to pay their electrical bills, which are already some of the highest in the country. They aren't able to keep their medicines refrigerated. Winding down Promesa's operations early and de facto bringing that to, it would be the governor then who would have the power to decide how much these Vulture funds receive. Is that correct, Mr. Mujica?
The gentlewoman's time has expired. At this